Hey guys, I am talking with Chris Pavlovski, the CEO of Rumble.com. It's a newish video site that'll give you guys some additional monetization options for your videos. That's coming up. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer, and it's Thursday. Time to do some YouTube Q&A with you guys. Scott M. wrote and asked this. Could you revisit Rumble? It has recently changed quite a bit, allowing for monetization through YouTube, and I don't fully understand what this means for content creators who have little to no loyalty to YouTube. So yeah, YouTube is really great, Chris, and I know you know a lot of creators who love YouTube, but there's also a lot of creators who are kind of frustrated with YouTube for a lot of reasons too. What are some of those common reasons that you see?
I think it stems from three major issues, and one being the absolute most prominent issue is that creators aren't making enough money off of their video content. They're not getting what they deserve for their video. The value that they're extracting is not there. Broadcast, other digital properties are monetizing at much higher levels.
Is that the only thing they're looking for that YouTube doesn't provide, or is there?
Well, I think the large creators, when it comes to discovery, is really easy. They have huge audiences. Their content is discovered on a regular basis. But when it comes to the smaller creators, they have a real tough time getting noticed. So discovery is a real issue for them, and they're probably the larger part of YouTube when it comes to many people. So helping those small creators, get more tools is important, and have discovery for them is really important. They can have the greatest piece of content, but if they don't have an audience to have that content discovered, their video's stuck.
Yeah. So Rumble.com comes along. How did that happen? And how are you guys attempting to address some of those issues?
All the major portals and major platforms, even like Facebook, are starting to integrate their own players, their own environments, and they're all really interested in monetizing that themselves. Mm-hmm. Whereas, 5 years ago, and obviously 10 years ago, when YouTube started, it was everybody would just take the YouTube embed and embed it on their site. Right. But in the last 2 years, that's changed drastically, and it's being shown in the reports. Although YouTube still aggregates 23% of the U.S. market share in video streams, they aren't 40 plus like they used to be a few years ago. Right. So that was the reason why we started Rumble. We really saw an opportunity to kind of stitch up that market outside of YouTube. Mm-hmm. That market, was less than 60%, has now grown to more than 76% now. We also discovered during the process, and when we started distributing content to the off YouTube ecosystem, mm-hmm. that people were earning like 10 times more than what they would earn on YouTube on a CPM basis, on a per stream basis. That really brought us to Rumble.com. It gave us a lot of motivation. We really saw the opportunity to bring more value to the video creator and drive that value home for the video creator off the YouTube ecosystem. We're now on the YouTube ecosystem as well, but we see ourselves as a player that's a single central platform that helps amongst all platforms. So we help distribute content everywhere and pretty much stitch up the entire marketplace for the user.
Yeah, so you upload a video once to your Rumble account, and then you can just select where you want it to go, or do you guys just kind of say, hey, we think this video would be good over here, we're going to send it there, send that one there, and you just kind of like blast it out everywhere?
That's a really good question. So the way we go and discover content right now, we have something called our Rumble rank. And our Rumble rank,
I like it. I feel like it should be in a wrestling ring or something.
Yeah, well, we got to keep using the brand as much as we can. So we thought of Rumble rank. So basically, what the Rumble rank does is it kind of determines the value and the virality of a piece of content within a respective category.
Wow. Okay.
Objectively rather than subjectively. We're scoring the content, and if the content scores really well, then we'll take that content and distribute it to all of our partners.
So then what happens after that? They've uploaded it, your Rumble rank is giving it a score, and let's say it's high enough for you guys to broadcast it out. Then what happens?
Yeah. So within 24 hours, our Rumble rank will determine or not whether we license your content.
Okay.
And once let's assume that your content scored well, so within 24 hours your video will be approved in your Rumble account, mm-hmm. and you'll start the video. We rumble it out to all of our partners.
And video's rumbling.
and we rumble it out to our partners, and we start collecting our revenue across all of our partners for the for that creator. So the content will show up in some cases on the front page of MSN and the front page of Yahoo, and sometimes even on CNN it'll show up.
Cool.
So what we do is we stitch up that massive market, which we've already stitched up, and we bring back the revenue to the creator.
Cool.
So that ends up coming into their account, and then they withdraw their cash, and they're happier.
Yeah. So I want to hear what happens if you don't hit a certain bubble rank 2 to your video. But before that, is there any other value to me as a creator of having my video out on all those, you know, like I forget where all you syndicate to, but like Xbox Live, I think I heard was one of them, Yahoo, MSN. Like, what's the value besides them? Is there any value besides the monetization? And what type of money are we looking at compared to what we're used to on YouTube? We're talking like, hey, you might get $2. Good job, you know, or something else, or what?
All right. Well, we had a video last week that went really, really viral. Showed up on CNN and on Fox, etc. And
I think I saw you tweeting that, by the way.
Yeah, probably. We had a few of them in the last week. So what ends up happening in that case, like in one case, the video received 1 million views, just over 1 million views on YouTube, which is quite a bit. We've had videos that done more, but in this case, it did 1 million views. Now, on Yahoo alone, it received 1.7 million views, about 1.6, 1.7 million views. So just on one platform outside of YouTube, it did better. And we're obviously, in terms of how it monetized, we don't get access to the reporting as quickly as we do with YouTube, but we're obviously anticipating that this video did a lot better off YouTube than it did on YouTube. Not only did it get more distribution, but the publishers that are displaying this content are creating higher have higher CPMs than they do than YouTube has. In this case, the creator's video wasn't discovered at all. It was the process in which our Rumble rank discovered it, and we discovered the video, and then we distributed it and promoted it, and it ended up being a really important video for a lot of media. So
yeah. So you're not necessarily creating new accounts or channels for each creator, like on Yahoo or on MSN. Like they're just kind of going up on those sites, and then if people search for it, they can find you on YouTube type of thing. Is that kind of the...
Yeah, you can find yourself on YouTube or on Rumble. You can create your channel on Rumble, and we'll put credit credit with the video on all the platforms where to find the video. So in most cases, it's showing that it's coming from Rumble.
Okay, so you could still maybe inside your video, like if you have your Twitter hashtag or your channel URL inside the video, would that be okay? Like if someone's watching it then on Yahoo, or do you need to keep all that type of stuff out of your videos if you want to do well?
We do have to be careful because obviously we don't want to. We're not distributing to our partners for advertising people and promoting. We're distributing them because we're identifying really good content. So there's a fine balance. Credit is definitely acceptable, and what we can offer credit. So it's a little hashtag or something is definitely, if they put it in the description, we can definitely push that through. But it has to be very legitimate. It can't be any type of advertising. And
what about like when like I do videos at the end of all my videos, there's an end card that rely on annotations. What if you shoot a video through Rumble that you want to go out to those other places that does rely on annotations? Does that not go through, or does that just kind of look weird? I guess what I'm asking is like a lot of the way we design our videos is specifically for YouTube, right? And so how much can we just take what we've already just made and push it to Rumble, and how much do we need to tweak it a bit so that it fits well on Yahoo and fits well on MSN and fits well on Rumble, so that we have the most potential possible to like get that pushed through?
It would probably help to obviously make something more general.
Okay.
You're catering to a very broad audience. When you're on YouTube, you're catering to a very laser focused audience.
Right.
So this the value that Rumble is bringing is the distribution and the higher monetization. But in order to effectively do it, you obviously want to make sure that you can cater to as broad audience as possible.
Gotcha.
So having like YouTube on the end of the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel when those links are not going to work. It's almost providing no value to the person watching the video. So you want to kind of generalize it, I would say.
So because of the broad and the specific audience, with something like video creators videos, where I'm a very narrow, specific, even small niche, That's probably not the type of content you're looking for necessarily. Like, it sounds like you're looking for, what are you looking for? What kind of stuff would do really well through Rumble?
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we originally started with viral. Viral does well everywhere, and then we've expanded to all the categories you see on Rumble.com right now. And some of the categories are a little lighter than others, but in terms of what our partners like, it really does vary. So something like the video creator channel could do well under technology and under tagging it the proper way and putting in the right keywords into the title. It might actually do well with certain audiences. So when we're working with, let's say, Yahoo, or MSN, we're helping them get. We're not only helping them get front page exposure for these creators, but we're also helping like their travel section get travel content. We're not really particular in terms of the type of content, as long as there's a following for that content and people want to watch it. Our Rumble rank will identify that, and we'll push that content to all of our partners. And some of our partners may choose to pick it up. Some of our partners may not choose to pick it up. But once it passes that Rumble rank threshold, the partners do get it. It goes live onto their site, and what they do with it in terms of whatever editor and whatever channel and category they work in, whether they want to pick it up or not is their choice and their discretion.
Okay. So let's talk about what happens if a video doesn't pass the Rumble rank. And then I want to hear about the different licensing options, because I know there's some confusion around whenever you get legal jargon involved, people just like, what's going on, right? So let's talk about that. But first of all, let's say we upload a video and it doesn't pass the Rumble rank. Then what happens?
Okay, so this is where we need to do some work for sure.
Okay.
We've been coming up with a plan to. I'll be frank. Right now, that's probably one of our major weaknesses. We're really helping the creators that have good content, but when it comes to the creators that doesn't register as good content according to our Rumble rank, and our Rumble rank could be wrong. We are new, so we didn't really build a strategy for that quite yet. But as of now, we actually do have a strategy. It's not live right now, but it will be live in the next 2 to 3 months, hopefully sooner. But you know how development can go.
Yeah, right.
And that strategy is to allow them to monetize on Rumble.com as well. Right now, you'll go to Rumble, you're not going to see an ad. But in the future, in 2 to 3 months, we'll leave that power up to the user, and we'll be passing on all the revenues to the user. We still haven't worked it out entirely in terms of what kind of rev share, but obviously we're going to go aim really high and bring, in the early stages, maybe all that revenue right to the creator.
You guys are watching this, just so you know, I have personally, before Chris and I have talked here, I uploaded 4 videos, I think, total to Rumble, just to kind of test them out, and they're all videos. I didn't tweak them, I didn't modify them, they're straight just from YouTube, and I just put them straight onto Rumble, and 2 of them got accepted. 2 of them passed, 2 of them didn't. So far I'm 50-50. They were cooking videos that I was doing with my wife and kids, and then I had one video with my kid I thought was cute. I'm like, it might be viral, it might not. Rumble didn't think so, but I thought it was, so it's worth trying anyway. So let's talk about the licensing options, and we'll start wrapping this up. You guys have a couple different licensing options. What are they? How do they work in normal plain conversational English? And what can a creator expect from each one in terms of like viewership, monetization, other, how do all those work? We
have 3 different options. One of the options was actually having 3 different options probably created the confusion. Normally, all MCNs is a single option, a single exclusive agreement on a revenue share. We have a similar option, which we call a profit share. It's identical to your typical MCN management of your content. We pass on a revenue to the creator at a certain point. We're doing 90% of all the revenue on YouTube is going back to the creator.
Wow.
And 60% of all the revenue off YouTube is going to the creator. Now, this is exclusive.
So that's for channels that are with an MCN or not an MCN, or it doesn't matter?
If you're with an MCN, you probably already locked up your content, so you can't work with another company.
So they can't use that option then with
unless you get prior written approvals from that MCN to do it.
Okay.
But in most cases, from our understanding, some MCNs are allowing them to work with Rumble in the off-YouTube distribution. Some will not. It really depends on who it is.
Okay.
So yeah, 90% rev share on YouTube and 60% off YouTube, and that's for the revenue share agreement, the profit
Then
share.
do you own the video at that point?
No, it's still the creator's video.
Okay.
They own the video, but we have the exclusive management of that video.
And what does that mean?
So that means any requests for licensing have to come through Rumble. Rumble will handle all the requests. We'll use our expertise to obviously get the most in licensing fees. We have a pretty good knowledge on what the video should be worth to broadcast, what the video should be worth to digital properties. Okay. We'll basically take all the work away from the creator.
Yeah, which is awesome actually for you guys who are watching like that. If you have a video go viral, that is the biggest headache I hear from people who have videos go viral is dealing with all that stuff. So Ellen wants to show your video on TV, and you like, how are you supposed to know how much to charge them for that? Having someone like Rumble or your MCM be able to manage that stuff for you guys at that point is awesome. So.
Yeah, the best way to look at it is like we're like an agent. When it comes to that, we'll represent you like an agent. Now, the other option is the exclusive buyout option. So this means you're selling your video entirely. It's up to $1,000. We'll pay for your video. We'll buy the video. It might be a video that never went viral and it never had any traction for you, but for some reason our Rumble rank liked it, and we'll end up buying it for a price up to $1,000. And the third option,
and then it's hands off. Like we can't do anything with the video. We can't publish it to YouTube. We can't do anything else with it, right?
Exactly. Okay. So it would be completely under our ownership at that point.
Okay.
The third option is a non-exclusive option. Basically, up to $500 for a non-exclusive license of your video. This means we don't own the video, we don't manage the video. You're just giving us the permission to use the video and sell the video to Rumble. The video, you can still put it on YouTube, just as you can with profit share. You can also put it on YouTube, but with Rumble, the non-exclusive option, you can control it on YouTube. You can manage the revenues on YouTube. You can manage the revenues with another company, another platform. You can put it anywhere you want. Okay. You're just as it is. It's just a plain and simple non-exclusive license to Rumble to use that video.
Okay, and that's a one-time fee, not a profit sharing, right?
Yeah, it's a one-time.
So if it goes viral and you guys make $100,000 off it, the creator still just keeps their $100 or $500 or whatever.
Correct. Yeah. So if it goes viral with the video that we distributed, that will end up being the recipient of that. And obviously, if the video goes viral on the YouTube channel that the creator had, then they'll be the recipient of it. So it depends. But from all three options, what we're noticing, and it's becoming more and more popular, is the profit share and the revenue share is by far the best option. Our Rumble rank does all the work, so if it likes it, we're pretty sure that it's going to do really, really well. And you're going to make much more going with the revenue share option than you would with the non-exclusive or the exclusive buyout option. Yeah. But the benefit to the exclusive and the non-exclusive is that within 24 hours, you'll have cash in your account.
Just as a rough estimate, how much more money can someone make on Rumble than on YouTube? That's the question everyone's going to ask in the comments.
I can give an example, I guess, without naming the video. We had one video creator, and I'm not sure if it's a good example because some videos just don't really do well on YouTube at all, and they might do really well off YouTube.
Yeah, that's what happened with the videos that I uploaded to Rumble. Yeah. They actually did way better, the cooking videos, and I'm happy to share. I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't even know what my contract says, or if I even have one. Actually,
you're free. You're free to share your.
So I got $100 for each video I uploaded, and they haven't made that much money yet on YouTube. So
maybe 100 times better than YouTube, right?
It might be. I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm like $100 one-time fee is the one I did. I just wanted to get the cash quick and see how the process worked. And on AdSense, neither one of them have come close to that yet. So.
Okay. So yeah, obviously the ones on YouTube video content that doesn't do too well, if we approve it, it's going to do a lot better, and you can see massive multiples. Mm-hmm. But the content that does really well on YouTube, and I guess it's a better comparison, content that does really well on YouTube and does really well off YouTube. Mm-hmm. You're looking at realistically, maybe a 3 to 5x currently, but our distribution is still very limited. We haven't stitched up 77% of that market yet. We're still like maybe at 3 or 4%.
Okay.
And it's having a 3 to 5x. on that content. But on average, you're looking at about 10x, I would say.
Okay, 10 times more. Well, that sounds good, I think, to a lot of creators out there. If they have any more questions, if they kind of want to dig into this a little bit further, obviously, guys, start with going to rumble.com, checking out the website, looking through their FAQs, things like that. But if they have other more specific questions, how would they go about getting those answered?
I actively participate in a lot of the forums like YTT Talk. I try to be as involved as possible on Twitter, so you can definitely tweet at us, Rumble Video, our Facebook page.
The comments of this video, will you guys be around that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll stick around. I'll answer questions on the comments of the video. That'd be great.
Cool. So you guys can comment below or tweet or ask on YT Talk or whatever works best for you and ask the questions. And Chris or someone from their team be happy to help you out. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'd love to have you guys subscribe. If this is your first time here, every Thursday we do some YouTube Q&A with you guys. Just answer a question you have about something you're working on here on YouTube. Chris, thanks for your time and hanging out with us and helping us understand rumble.com a little bit better. And we will see you guys again next week for more awesome content for you creators. See you then. Bye.